Good morning and welcome to this week's Wednesday reflection, a reflection on Psalm 98. You know, Psalms really are amazing. Some of them are filled with the highest of highs, while others are filled with the lowest of lows. Some Psalms are full of despair and bitterness, complaining about God's silence. Why has God abandoned me? Why is faith so bitter? While other Psalms are nearly manic in joy, this week's Psalm 98 is a case in point. As the Bible is so often does, Psalm 98 offers a counterintuitive alternative to conventional wisdom. However low the cultural trends and opinions might sink, do not give in to the spirit of despair. And instead, choose the most radical of all personal options today, the act of genuine joy. For those of you who love music and singing, the psalmists especially encourage people of God to have a sung faith, and there can be no doubt of the power of music in our lives and in our faith generally. I am personally not so great at remembering the titles of songs, but I can remember the words to songs. They bring back memories. They speak to our souls. They can enfold us like a warm hug of a dear old friend, or lead us to feel old hurts that have long passed. I have discovered throughout my life that there are favorite hymns that have become embedded in my life from an early age. I'm sure many of you are nodding in agreement. Why? I suspect this is because our identity and sense of being is largely determined in those formative years, particularly with respect to our faith. The psalmist that we hear today encourages us to sing a new song to the Lord. Let me share with you Psalm 98, which I'm sharing from the New International Version of the Bible. Sing to the Lord a new song, for he has done marvelous things. His right hand and his holy arm have worked salvation for him. The Lord has made his salvation known and revealed his righteousness to the nations. He has remembered his love and his faithfulness to the house of Israel. All the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of our God. Shout for the joy to the Lord, all the earth. Burst into jubilant joy with music. Make music to the Lord with the harp and the sound of singing, with trumpets and the blasts of the ram's horn. Shout for joy before the Lord the King. Let the sea resound and all that is in it, the world and all who live in it. Let the rivers clap their hands, let the mountains sing together for joy. Let them sing before the Lord, for he comes to judge the earth. He will judge the world in righteousness and all the people with equity. The problem and sicknesses of our world tempt us with fear and insecurity, but the psalmist encourages us to resist those voices. He invites each person, every nation, and all the ends of the earth to experience the joy of being known and loved by God. We do this by being open to the experience of a new song. Songs become meaningful as we sing them in the midst of joy and trials. They teach us, they comfort us, and they remind us. As God brings us through various events and circumstances, we sing with new insights and perspectives. And if we look at the scriptures, we will find that with the Jews and the Christians were people of song, often mentioning that even God's natural creation sings its creator's praise. Have you ever listened to the birds singing? In this past year alone, there have been many powerful examples of music being used across the country and around the world, joining voices together virtually to help bring hope in a time of despair and uncertainty. And many of you may have sung along with the song. We sing a new song when we embrace the words as our own and make them our voice and our praise. Why they express our hopes and comforts. We need to pay attention to what we sing and our voices, our songs in light of our joys and trials. We see this all through the Psalms as David and others praise God for specific answers to prayer and called out to God in specific times of need. Sometimes, like singing a new song, the possibility of change might seem a bit of a difficult ask. It might take a little time for us to get used to a new situation and embrace it, yet still we do the new thing that we believe God is calling us to in faith. We focus on the composer of life, its creator, sustainer, and redeemer, and we sing our faith with every aspect of our being. So I invite you to embrace the sounds of a new song, and may the words become meaningful as you sing them in the midst of the joys and trials you may face this day. May they bring you comfort in knowing that God is with us, singing along with us through the created world around us. For as one of my favorite hymns of old says, "Great is thy faithfulness. Great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me." May it be so. Amen.